She was the commanding CEO of a company she had built with her own hands. Yet on the day of a critical board meeting, she was made to feel like she didn't belong at all. Security dismissed her authority, questioned her right to be there, and ordered her to sit and wait in the lobby of the very empire she owned. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the Black Stories for more incredible stories of courage and perseverance. The sting of that moment was sharp, but what followed would rock the entire boardroom. How could a woman with such power be reduced to insignificance inside her own walls? And more importantly, how would she respond? Before the confrontation that would soon make headlines, she was simply a woman who had spent years grinding for every inch of success. Raised in a modest household, she had pushed through doubt, bias, and the invisible ceilings that so often stop women, especially black women, from rising. Armed with a finance degree and a reputation for being sharp and relentless, she transformed a tiny startup in a cramped office into a flourishing corporation employing hundreds. Her days usually began before the sun rose, not out of necessity, but out of purpose. She believed discipline was the backbone of achievement. While others were just waking up, she had already cleared emails, reviewed reports, and mapped out strategies. To her staff, she was more than a CEO. She was proof that vision and persistence could break barriers. Still, beneath her composed exterior, she carried a quiet truth. No matter how much she accomplished, there would always be people ready to judge her by the color of her skin. That truth came crashing into reality on the morning of the board meeting, meant to celebrate a major milestone. What started as a normal day of preparation quickly spiraled into an humiliation she never saw coming. The issue was never her competence. The real question was whether the world was prepared to respect her authority. And within moments, that question would be painfully answered. She arrived at the towering glass building she owned, briefcase in hand, her mind already reviewing the agenda. As she approached the entrance, a tall security guard in a dark uniform stepped in her path and raised his hand. At first, she assumed it was a simple misunderstanding. Calmly, she stated her name, her position, and explained she was heading to a board meeting. His eyes moved over her dismissively, as if her words meant nothing. Instead of stepping aside, he pointed toward the lobby chairs and told her to wait for confirmation. Confusion quickly turned into embarrassment. Employees entering the building slowed down. Whispers spread. Some phones were raised, capturing the sight of a black woman, their CEO being treated like an outsider. Every second felt endless. Her authority eroded in front of the very people she had inspired. She tried again, firm yet composed, repeating her identity and role. The guard's face hardened. His hand hovered near the radio on his belt, a silent threat that said everything. You hold no power here. Minutes dragged on. The sleek lobby of marble and glass transformed into a public stage. Her dignity was questioned in full view, but beneath the shame, anger burned hotter. This wasn't just about her. It was about every assumption, every barrier, every moment she had been underestimated. Then came the final blow. A board member entered, glanced at the situation, and walked straight past her without a word. No acknowledgement, no support. The guard didn't stop him. That moment confirmed what she had long known, but hoped wasn't true. Some people would never recognize her authority, but they were wrong if they thought humiliation would silence her. This injustice wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something far stronger. The silence in the lobby pressed down on her. She stood there, ignored and disrespected, treated like a trespasser in the company she built. Every whisper echoed louder. Every phone reminded her the moment was being recorded. Finally, the guard received a message through his earpiece. His stance shifted, but his tone remained patronizing. "You can go up now," he said, as if granting her permission. Her heart raced, not from fear, but fury. She walked past him, heels striking the marble floor with deliberate force. Each step toward the boardroom carried a new kind of strength, forged from resolve and anger. When she entered, the sight stopped her. The same men who had ignored her were seated comfortably, waiting as if nothing had happened. Some forced polite smiles. Others avoided eye contact. To them, her silence would signal acceptance. Just another business day. But this was no ordinary day. She had been tested, dismissed, and disrespected. Standing at the head of the long table, she understood something clearly. This was not humiliation. This was opportunity. A moment to ensure they never forgot who she was or what she represented. Her voice cut through the silence, calm, sharp, and heavy with every injustice she had endured. She reminded them that while they ignored her in the lobby, it was her vision that built the company, her leadership that secured their wealth, and her authority they had chosen to dismiss. Then came the shock no one expected. With full executive power and a single decisive action, she removed the very board members who had watched her humiliation without protest. Their silence was louder than words. Their inaction was complicity. In that moment, she reclaimed more than control. She reclaimed her dignity and the respect long denied. But this story is bigger than one CEO or one boardroom. It reflects the daily struggles of countless people forced to prove they belong in spaces they helped create. It exposes the exhausting truth that even success doesn't shield you from racism. Her stand sent waves far beyond those office walls. It was a reminder that silence in the face of injustice is a choice, and that real power, when used with courage, can dismantle even the deepest discrimination. And it leaves us with a question: how many brilliant leaders are being silenced right now because of the color of their skin? And when the next injustice unfolds, will we stay silent or finally choose to stand? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the Black Stories for more incredible stories of courage and perseverance.